Woo! What's going on? It has been a minute, but much needed for me to return back to this channel. I decided that I wasn't putting as much effort and energy into this channel as I wanted to, and as would be reflective of how significant I think this channel is. I think I made that call in the summer and decided to put all my energy into my other channel with the understanding that that was going to get very busy, and it did. And that choice ended up working out well. That channel is doing extremely well, and I'm grateful for how well that channel is doing. I will say at times I found that I didn't have the kind of balance that I wanted. I didn't have the kind of work-life balance. I didn't have the awareness of my own spiritual condition, awareness of how my behavior was impacting others and being of service to them and their needs. I just wasn't, I feel like I capitalized and maxed out professionally, but not on a personal level. And it's hard to say that I capitalized professionally if I wasn't the human being that I could be, because I obviously know that I bring a much better energy and a much different focus when I am operating at 100, which I can definitely say I was not at a lot of times. I was tired and I was winging it and just really doing what I could to prop myself up in a lot of ways. So that channel is still very busy and requires a lot of time and energy and attention. I'm going to do my best to allow that to, I'm going to do my best to try and leverage the two so that my work here can help remind me of how important maintaining my spiritual connection is, and will thrust me back to life and to the world and to my other responsibilities in a better place and in a better headspace. It is not ironic that I actually just came back from a retreat. I went to a yoga meditation retreat, and it was the same place that I went last year where I initially got the idea to do this channel. And here I am back again. Hopefully I need to make a point to where it's not just a retreat driven thing, that this is energy that I can continue to push through with, and energy that rejuvenates itself. The need for this channel is even more significant now than it was when I started it, because of how tense things are out in the world. And I think wanting to get these kinds of tools and wanting the people I would love to have on this platform to reach a wider net of people is even more critical now than it was before. So the task before is even bigger now. But now, having gone through that process of seeing what it's like to be in this space and to work on these projects without that spiritual connection, that's not something that I want to return to. And so, they say pain is a great motivator. That's something that's very popular in recovery circles. Pain is a great motivator. They'll learn. Hey, it's popular in parenting circles too. Oh, he'll learn. He ain't gonna do that again. Pain is a great motivator. And I definitely, at times last year, was in a world of hurt. I have to feel some gratitude that at the end of the day, it was me running myself ragged and getting near the point of burnout. But there wasn't any, it could have been real consequences to that, and I'm fortunate that there were not. But at this moment in time right now, I feel rejuvenated. I feel refreshed. I feel ready to start this thing anew. And it's always great to be in different facets of a project at the same time. So, or rather, to be in different places with projects at the same time. So, I get to kind of rejuvenate and restart this project while that one is ongoing. So this is something that will keep it new and fresh for me while I do that other thing. So that's really great. So a lot of people who have said that they were interested in working with me on this channel. So I'll have to get with them and vet some of those, have some of those conversations and see what fits, and also to see what formats fit for this channel too. Because initially I had the idea to do videos on specific topics, laying out specific topics. But then I realized, I don't have any degrees on the wall. It's better for me to just sit down and talk to people and listen and learn, and I can provide the color, let them do the play by play. I'll do the color. That worked well. But getting people that can organize that would be a great benefit. But in any event, I'm going to follow up with some of the things that I learned on my retreat. So be on the lookout for that. Just know that I'm still here, and very grateful to have learned the lessons that I learned in stepping away from the channel without catastrophe, but having felt the absence of this spiritual connection, and knowing too, one thing that I like to do is to put things off into some imaginary date in the future. I'll pick it up. I'll figure it out. Well, I only have a certain amount of time. And I don't necessarily want to spend any more time in the darkness. I would like to allow the full light of my consciousness to light my way, and to attract others that can show me other ways, and we can illuminate together. I'm sure there were a lot of connections that were missed during the time that I was away, that I may or may not be able to get back. So in any event, I also want to give a shout out to my wife, in addition to being such a great asset to allow for these channels to live and flourish. She also was the one that recommended I go to the retreat, because I was tired. And so I just want to go somewhere and sleep. I just want to go sleep for a couple days. And the last thing I want to do was go drive to a retreat and then have to plug my mind in and focus on something completely different. I wasn't feeling that at all. And her response was, I know how you come back from those trips where you just go somewhere and you veg out. And I know how you come back from these retreats. And that's what I think that you need, which was a challenge for me to rise to, but it was also exactly right and exactly what I need to hear. And I don't know that I would be, restarting this thing at this moment in time had that not been the case. Had I not been motivated by my return there. So it's really dope to have somebody in your corner who has that level of insight. about you and what it is that you need is huge. So I even ran into a couple one of the women who, or the woman who was running things. She had kids, and we had gotten to a conversation about teaching kids about breathing and things like that. And she says she starts them young, and I'm like, that's great. Like I have kids young enough to start learning about that kind of stuff, which is really cool. That's like another thing I wouldn't have known had I not gone. So we'll see where this goes. I think this is going to be I'm going to walk in faith. As Dr. King said, you don't have to see the entire staircase just to take the next step. And I don't see the entire staircase, but that's not a reason to discourage myself from taking steps. So I'm going to take steps, and I welcome you to join me on this ride, because we need community now more than ever. And we surely need spirituality, and we surely need God, or I need God more than ever right now. So I will see you guys very soon. I'll be back with a follow-up. And for those that have been that had subscribed a long time ago, that was sitting and waiting on me to come back and say, I'm here, I'm around, I'm here. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for holding me down. And thank y'all for being part. I think I'm still under 1,000. So first 1,000. You guys are golden in my book. I appreciate you more than you know.